Hello, I'm Bailey Leisure, and with the conference finals and the 2019 Stanley Cup playoffs set, I'm going to this is a video giving my predictions on what will happen in the Eastern and the Western Conference Finals. To start off in the Eastern Conference Finals, as this video is being recorded, it kicks off tonight in Boston between the Boston Bruins and the Carolina Hurricanes. On one side, Carolina, they've been the Cinderella story of this playoffs, definitely. Have not made the playoffs in 10 years. The last time they were, interestingly enough, I think they were in the conference finals. But the Carolina Hurricanes, I mean, they've just been the surprise story in the National Hockey League. Rod Brind'Amour's done a great job coaching that squad. Peter Mrazek has been a great goaltender. He went down in early in that series against the New York Islanders, but Curtis McElhinney came in relief and he did a very good job. They've been, being led by veteran Justin Williams, who was one of the players that won the Stanley Cup, the only time the Carolina Hurricanes won the Stanley Cup, which was in 2006. Jordan Staal, Justin Falk, a lot of great players on that Carolina Hurricanes team. Meanwhile, the Boston Bruins, trying to keep up that Boston dominance in sports. Tuukka Rask has been their main component, and I think that's their strongest point is goaltending. I think Tuukka Rask, he won the Stanley Cup with the Bruins, but they were led by Tim Thomas, so I think he's trying to make a legend for himself. But obviously the Bruins, they have Bergeron, Brad Marchand, Zdeno Chara, a lot of veterans on their team, but some other veterans from other teams like David Backes. So this is going to be a very tight series, and it's so hard to predict because, on one hand, I think Carolina has the momentum edge. On the other, I think Boston, some of their players have a little bit more experience, and on paper are the better team. This is a tough choice, and I haven't picked the Carolina Hurricanes in this postseason, and I'm really tempted to pick them. But because of experience, because every playoff round just gets harder and harder, I'm going to take the Boston Bruins to win the Eastern Conference Finals in 6 games. Meanwhile, in the Western Conference, this is a rematch from the 2016 Western Conference Finals between two teams that have never won the Stanley Cup, between the St. Louis Blues and the San Jose Sharks. This is a very tight series, as is in the Eastern Conference. St. Louis, I mean, they've been one after January, they were just looked dead, did not look like they were going to be a playoff team. They went on a tear, winning 13 games, got in the postseason, upset, or not really upset, but they handily beat the Jets in 6 games. And then, they came back 3 games, down 3 games to 2 in the second round of the Dallas Stars, won that 7th game in overtime. Both teams coming off Game 7 wins. St. Louis, I mean, it was they've been very mentally resilient, unlike other past St. Louis Blues teams. Obviously, Jordan Bennington, the rookie, who's up for the Calder Trophy. Obviously some other great players like Vladimir Tarasenko, Perangelo, Pat Maroon. Jaden Schwartz. David Perron. There's a lot of great players for St. Louis. Meanwhile, on San Jose, they've been very mentally tough. Winning back-to-back 7-game series, that's pretty tough. But San Jose, Martin Jones has gotten a lot better after in that first round against Vegas. He didn't look as great, especially when they were down 3 games to 1. And I think a big boost San Jose did after that scary injury he sustained in the first round in Game 7. They got Joe Pavelski back. Obviously a lot of veterans on this team. A lot of great players: Erik Karlsson, Evander Kane, Joe Thornton. The list goes on. Logan Couture, I think this is like the Eastern Conference. This is going to be a very tight series, because I think Joe Pavelski is going to be the big X factor in this series, and he gave that team a big boost in that Game 7. And I think this is going to be a tight series, but I'm going to give the edge slightly to San Jose. I think they win in 7 games. So who do you think will win in the conference finals, and who will be the Stanley Cup final? Leave in the comment section below. Follow me on Twitter at BaileyLater96. Click like if you like the video, and as always, subscribe if you like the content on my channel. So thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you all later.